Semifinales del torneo de Amelia Island 1989, amplio triunfo de Gaby ante Martina Navratilova, una Gabriela que 2 semanas atrás consolidaba su tercer lugar en el ranking mundial al ganar el título en Key Biscayne ante Chris Evert, demostrando que podía con la responsabilidad de ganar siendo la primera preclasificada y cumplir adjudicándose el primer gran torneo del año. Aquí en Amelia la responsabilidad disminuía. Gaby era tercera preclasificada detrás de Steffi Graf y Martina Navratilova, las dos mujeres que la precedían en el ranking, pero el desafío interno era el mismo: vencerlas, avanzar, ser más. Gabriela necesitaba de este desafío para demostrarle al mundo y a ella misma que podía y tenía con qué estar ahí arriba, en lo más alto, sin cederle el lugar a nadie. En este primer paso lo demostró con calidad y grandeza de sobra, buscando un nuevo triunfo ante Martina después de 3 derrotas consecutivas, puesto que no la lograba vencer desde los cuartos de final del Masters en noviembre de 1987, un año y medio antes, cuando terminó con el reinado de la checoslovaca nacionalizada estadounidense, después de 5 años consecutivos de ganar el torneo de maestras en el majestuoso Madison Square Garden. Además buscaba su revancha aquí en Amelia, ya que el año pasado, después de vencer a Graf en semifinales, no pudo darse el festejo completo, ya que Navratilova la arrasó con un tremendo 6-0 y 6-2 en la final. Ahora tenía nuevamente la oportunidad de vencer consecutivamente a las dos y que el triunfo fuera completo.
She has beaten Gabriela the last couple of times. Not only that, but this court is very much drier than it was just a couple of hours ago. Certainly drier than when Steffi Graf started her semifinal win over Sanchez. And yet, you've got to wonder, I mean, this whole match is about Martina Navratilova holding her serve.
They played here in the final of this championship last year. Sabatini had beaten Steffi Graf in a very, very tough match in the semifinals, and she was destroyed by Martini in the final. First point, Sabatini to serve. Fred Stolley's the court side. Fred court drier, as Mary says. What else?
Much drier, Cliff, and I think if Martina serves, this will be to her advantage. But I think along with the Navratilova serve, I think she's got to return that second serve. If Sabatini doesn't get first serves in, then she's going to be in trouble.
Martina looks very keen, very alert to me.
Interesting, Mary, when they both came on court here, Martina was all smiles with the crowd, and Gabriela very serious, and did not look up as Martina was the second one on court, walked by her.
Takes its toll playing against somebody like Martina, doesn't it? You grow up in all your younger years. She's the dominant player in the world, along with Chris. And now you're playing against her, and they're talking about you're overtaking her. A lot of pressure.
This is the Navratilova that you're used to seeing on a clay court. There, again, a short second serve, and she came right in, got over the top of it, and whacked a good cross-court forehand, got into the net spot. Sabatini's not the quickest one around the baseline.
Martina Navratilova has broken serve in the first game of this best-of-3 women's singles semi-final match. Now, this gentleman took a break from cooking and is enjoying watching. Navratilova Navratilova and Sabatini, 1 game to love. Breaker serve, so Martina will serve first, and here's the question mark, I suppose. See how well she serves today. Don't lose out of this. She's been terrific on return of serve, actually better than she's been on serve. If you miss your first serve against her, she's winning 8 out of 10 points. That's an attention getter, that, isn't it? That's what happened in the first game. Gabriela missed a few first serves, and she paid the price.
A very, very eager Martina Navratilova today. And I think Sabatini's a little nervous.
Here twice, Fred.
Well, a lot of the things that we've discussed are happening in the opening games of this match. Return of serve. And the serve of Navratilova.
How does she do it from way out there? What a shot.
Hey, this is a nice swinging lefty serve from Navratilova. Sabatini didn't care. She's got so much power. Even pressed that far off court.
Break point. And another one. So the trade serve breaks in the first 2 games. Let's take a look. Winning edge. What do you think? Serve. We went for Sabatini.
That's an upset right there. Yeah. I think that's the shock. I think everyone would expect that Martina would have the net game edge and Sabatini would have the ground stroke edge. Strategy-wise, also went to Martina because she knows exactly what she's got to do out there.
Serve, basically, we discussed the serve because of the fact that Martina had not been serving particularly well. And a couple of matches ago, Sabatini served 8 aces and has been serving particularly well this week.
Really, it's horses for courses, isn't it? We're talking about form of at the present time. And Fred, I would say to his credit, said, I don't agree. I think Martina has a better serve. Close call, isn't it?
Navratilova rushed that backhand, trying to get into the net before the ball even got to her.
Craig Corden, Longhorn, coach on the left. Next to him was Renee Richards, who was Martina's coach for a long time.
Big serve there, right in the backhand corner. It was about 6 inches inside the court and about an inch inside the line. Well-placed serve.
And we are on serve here in the first set. 2 games to 1. 2 breaks, 1 apiece. We'll be back. Match in the women's singles division. Sabatini playing Navratilova. They're playing to play against Steffi Graf in the final match. You'll see that later today, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, live here on ESPN. So check back with us then, because that is going to be obviously a good one no matter who wins this. We're on serve here. Navratilova serving at 1-2.
Big return.
2 of them. 2 good first serves.
Yep.
What do you do?
Actually, she's hit 4 pretty good returns, 2 in the last game to break serve, and the first 2 here.
Boy, that was a nice serve, too, wasn't it? Didn't make a bit of difference to Sabatini. Martina got jammed at the tee.
She's anticipating that serve there on that backhand because of the left-handed swing serve out there, and she just muscles that and snap of the wrist. Great shot.
She's gotten over her nerves.
Great point. That's one.
It's interesting because that lefty swing that Martina just used to no effect on this ad court was a serve that Renee Richards helped her with 2 years ago to win Wimbledon with. Martina hadn't been winning. It was Graf that had been dominating. There it is again. And then when Martina won Wimbledon, she said to Renee Richards afterwards, there's Renee, who, by the way, wants everyone to know she is not Martina's coach again. Craig, she thinks Craig Carden's doing a swell idea, but this lefty swing, the slice, way off over into the ad court that pulls her opponents wide. Martina said to Renee afterwards, after she won Wimbledon, thanks for making me a lefty again. That's a serve she needs. To the deuce court as well, she just used a lefty swing. I think she's got to use that almost exclusively. And then open up the shots down the middle.
Just take note of this game also, because it was here that Sabatini has had her first chances, 2 break points. She's lost them. This may give Navratilova a little added confidence, and she needs it.
That's long back to do relative to what you're saying. I entirely agree with you. She's throwing the ball up now on the spot that, or lefty-righty. It doesn't matter to me whether it's lefty or right. That's where you should throw the ball up unless you're really trying to put in a lot of topspin like an Edberg, for example. And she's got it back, because when I watched her at the US Open this year, she was throwing the ball all over the shot. Just trying to get it in play. This is much better. Watch where she tosses this. Now, see, it stays up there on the left side of her body, and that's very important. And if she didn't hit it, it would drop there on the left side of her body. It's not moving over to where she'd have to bend her back. It's the same thing exactly that McEnroe had problems with. He sort of got to where he was tossing the ball over his shoulder instead of out in front of him.
Absolutely. He stopped being a lefty, too.
Yeah.
And now, boy, is he being a pretty successful one at that. Played great in Davis Cup last week. Won Dallas, WCTs.
Beat Lendl.
Lendl, the only guy who's beaten Lendl in '89.
2-all first set.
These two have the same, it's amazing that Martina and McEnroe have the same game and face the same foes who do the same things to them. And Martina playing Groff is just the same, it's the same exact match as McEnroe trying to beat Lendl.
Mm-hmm. Same formula, same ingredients. You're right.
What an overhead. There's the short ball off the serve, and she rips this forehand, but look how she has to backpedal to get this overhead over the left shoulder, and she is about 2 steps away from the baseline when she made contact with that.
First ace of the day, and look for the Sabatini aces to go towards the middle of the court. She really likes going for the big flat ones down the tee.
Sabatini holds on. I think this is going to turn into one heck of a match. Tell you the truth, they're both playing well. 3-2 in the first set on serve.
Much the serve meant in this match. Gabriela Sabatini, good shoulder turn, but look, doesn't take that ball up as early. Both arms don't go up together. Then she gets the weight through. Good extension and out after the ball. Martina, on the other hand, both arms go separate, and then the ball doesn't go up quite as high, gets a good shoulder turn, and reaches up. Both girls, I think, have pretty good first serves. Sabatini on the second serve, not quite as good as Navratilova.
2-3, first set.
Strange thing in this match, though, they do not have a net cord judge here, and they've had one for the other semi-final and for the quarterfinals. I can't understand why there isn't somebody that's sitting there for the net cords.
Oh, it's long. Martina's looking, but the mark clearly about 6 inches long. There's no question about it.
Martina at the change-up was worried about a band playing on the premises somewhere. She That's a great shot again. Boy.
Yeah, that's stopped now, but I think that's at the hospitality tent just out back. So this guy's quieted down, but here's a chance for Sabatini.
She's already had a couple. This is a big, big game for Sabatini because she's had 2 break points before and lost them.
Yeah, you kick a ball, a high bouncing serve to Sabatini. She's got so much upper body strength, such powerful wrists that she doesn't care. She can muscle them by you anyway. Not too many players can do that. Graf can. And Gabriela's the only other one. Just so challenging, Sabatini, on her return games. It was a big forehand winner. Plenty of time to make the pass and win the game.
Scary thing, isn't it, is that she's serving, and Martina's serving so doggone well, and still Sabatini makes those kind of returns. I mean, she really challenges you, as you say. I like that word. 4-2 and serving.
Another one right down the tee. Again, when she wants to hit the power serve, the big flat one, that's where she likes going, right down the middle.
15 love. And 4-2 first set.
First serve. Martina, in her own way, by coming to the net, will try to pressure Gabriela. She can't. She's not going to do it with a whole bunch of topspin. She's going to do it by taking that ball early, forcing the issue up front. Very important that Martina doesn't try to win this passively from the baseline.
She can't win it passively from the baseline. She's got to do that, but on those backhand approaches, she's floated most of those long. She's been in a hurry to try and get ahead of the ball all the time. The last 3 or 4 chances that she's had to do that.
That slice approach was a much more instinctive thing for her to do at a certain time in her career. Now, lately, she thinks about it a little too much. That happens. But you can also get into a groove when you get confidence to where that sort of instinctive reaction comes back.
McEnroe had to go through that at the French Open last year, the early rounds. And then his patterns came back to him, and he did start aggressively seeking the ball, going after it. Got to the corners there before losing the lender.
Just wide. Good move. But still game point for 5-2 first set. Last time they played on this court 1 year ago, almost to the day. Tomorrow it will be to the day. It was Navratilova over Sabatini easily in the final. Point for 5-2 first set.
Like Steffi Graf in her interview after a match today, and she said, well, at least I've done a little bit better than I did last year. I'm in the final. She, of course, lost to Sabatini in that great match last year in the semis.
The only other tournament where she failed to reach the final in the last couple of years was the Virginia Sims Championships, where she lost to Pam Shriver. Shriver ended up losing to the server, Sabatini.
Big game here for Navratilova. Has to break back right now. Had the shot that she wanted again. It was a weak second serve. You can see how weak it was because it gave her time to run around the backhand. Normally she'll come in and approach off that backhand side. She had time to run around and crack that forehand.
She's got to keep doing it, though, doesn't she, Fred?
Definitely.
She's got to keep going for it. She can't get discouraged and take something off of her strategy. First serve. There's a let cord. No one was a let cord judge, but everyone could hear that let cord.
Exactly.
Rifled off that tape.
Fred took about 3 steps, he could be the lead court judge. Is that close in that area?
I just don't see him doing it today.
No, I really don't either. Give him something to do for, isn't it? This is the first set, 5-2 for Sabatini, who's the number 3 seed over Navratilova, number 2 seed here. Match that she played in the semifinal. She came out here to watch this semifinal match. Steffi Graf is in the final. Her father Peter on the right of your screen. She did an interview with the German television. Folks, you're carrying us back to Germany live, her match anyway. She's much more articulate, obviously, in German.
She does pretty well in English.
Yeah. But it brings me to the fact that it surprises me how lacking still Gabriela is in her English. She's just not. She spends so much time on Key Biscayne, which is home for her. But you get her in an interview afterwards, and she's just a lot less articulate. Not so Martina, of course. Osvaldo. That's Gabby's dad. You can see it, can't you?
Still only one service break. It's 2-5, but just the one service break. If Navratilova can get confident here, then this young lady must serve for the set. Well, backed off on that drop shot. It was a good one. It was a backspinner. Came back towards the net. That's why Sabatini had so much difficulty controlling her shot.
Martina holds on, and it is 3-5. Sabatini now will serve for the first set at 5-3.
Martina took some big chances on some serves in that last game, and they didn't work for her. But as we said, she must continue to go for her shots, to pressure Sabatini, to make the plan to try to win from the net.
A little bit of inexperience there, because Sabatini should have come in on the first one and then waited for this second one to go out the forehand, but does not get in far enough. A good controlled forehand, but you can see where Sabatini, she played that volley from around the service line area, not in close enough.
You got to keep in mind, I think, that unlike Martina Navratilova, who played last week on clay, a lot of the players have already started their clay court season. This is the first clay court tournament for Sabatini. I think that's got a lot to do with the 2-3 setter she's had this week, and I think only now is she really starting to feel confident about this surface.
That's a fearsome shot.
Up to the challenge, isn't she? Oh. Yeah. Martina had something good to come in behind. She had a nice high forehand, and she smacked it. She did pretty well with it, and still Gabriela quickly comes up with something even better. She knows she's going to be attacking. She's ready for it.
2 points on the set.
Took a bounce on the hit the line on that return. It was a big first serve, and the return hit the line. That's why Sabatini backed off and played a slice. It just floated it long.
see Martina, as the point progresses, just thinking about coming into the net.
She was looking for a way, wasn't she? And very patient there. Played it well.
Mistake eventually from Sabatini, and this is a break point.
Has not been able to find a first serve in this particular game, serving for the set.
Martina questioned whether she should hit that ball. You could see it. She looked directly behind her as soon as she struck that one into the net. Have a look, and you can see that there's some indecision here. Should I hit it? Should I hit it? Well, she stretched for it and decided to play it, and then immediately thought to herself, whoa, maybe that was going to be out.
I don't think so. What about from your angle? It looked like it would drop in.
Would have been a tough one, but the tactics are right. You've got to keep doing that.
Good call, Phil. Deuce. And break point again.
Still no first serve.
Just wide. Gee, what a point.
Remember what Martina said? We heard her say after yesterday's match that she said, I'm fitter than last year. I think I can run all day. But the point is she shouldn't want to run all day. She doesn't want to run all day today. Sure, she can do it, but if she's running, it means she's on the defensive. She's kicking the clay out of her shoes. She doesn't want a lot to develop under there. She wants to keep those shoes clean in this match.
For good traction. It's important. In fact, it's important to wear shoes that have good traction, rather than ones that are worn and slippery on clay, or grass for that matter.
It's her first set point. She just made too many unforced errors, and it's going to kill you every time. She's made 12 so far, and as I recall, most of them off the backhand side because it's floating someone. So it's that point again for Sabatini.
folks think it might have been good. It wasn't close.
Sabatini on that last point, that set point, instead of going for the big first serve, went for a three-quarter pace first serve, got the first serve in, just try and stop Navratilova from attacking the second serve.
Deuce. Oh. Break point again.
She gets right. But again, it was that big first serve cracked right down the middle, right down the tee from Sabatini. And put Martina immediately on the defensive.
She was pretty happy to see that one after this, missing so many in a row.
Deuce again.
Navratilova hates these court conditions right now. She always worries about visual acuity anyway, but now it's a bright sun, and you can see half the court is bathed in shadow, half in sunlight.
She's had 4 break points in the set so far, 3 of them in this game. She hasn't broken yet.
Hit the line.
You could see it skid.
It jumped, didn't it? Martina's having another look at that. She's saying, please. Oh, please, this didn't just happen to me, did it? I've held back so many break points. And watch this. Watch the bounce. See that deadish bounce? Sabatini needed this one, didn't she? A desperation shot on the run. Yeah. Another set point for Gabriela.
Sabatini wins the first set by 6 games to 3. Martina will serve, and we come back for the second set.
From Sabatini's rackets. And Martina, she's trying so hard to serve well. You can see she's all the way up at 81%. That's unusually high for any tennis player, and yet it's not helping her out. The Sabatini is under 50. She's the one who's broken twice in that first set. Martina only broke Gabriela once.
How about that set point, though? What a great play. The first time she served and volleyed in the set. She had a few set points, and Navratilova attacked second serve, and finally she threw in a three-quarter pace serve and went in and knocked off the volley to win the set. Great strategy.
1 set to Sabatini. This is the second of 2 semi-final women's singles matches today. Steffi Graf is already in the final. She beat Sanchez.
And Sabatini seems up to the task of facing an opponent who's going to be up at the net against her all day, doesn't she? She seems very alert, more than willing to go for her passing shots. She's all over the serves. Look at her waiting for a forehand on the second serve. I said before how Martina doesn't like when the court is broken in half by shade and sunlight. She says it's much harder on the servant volleyer to play in these kind of conditions. She says because you lose, in trying to force your way into the net, you lose the ball in the light. It goes from the shade to the light, and it's hard. It's hard to attack it. It's hard to volley it. But again, Martina always worries about seeing the ball well. Right into the body. Good jammer. It's a good idea to take it into the body against someone like Sabatini, who's so strong when stretched wide. There's another one, stretching Sabatini right down the middle. Here it is again, the big lefty spin.
makes it very difficult on you if you're playing against Sabatini and you stay back, because you said it before, those big topspin groundies of his get up so high. You're on your heels most of the time, and Martina's not used to that.
Again, this is a nice big first serve. As it hits, it bounces up high. Sabatini doesn't care. She's got the, as I say, she's got that upper body strength. She's got the hands.
Break point. First game, second set. Sabatini has won the first set, and she has a break here in the first game of the second. We'll be back in a moment.
More lefty. So I think Martina kind of developed a kick serve and abandoned her good old lefty slice serve. And no kind of kick serve is going to bother someone as strong as Sabatini. For that matter, as strong as Steffi Graf.
She's looking into the sun at this point, too. Another double after the third now. 2 in this game.
Sun is in a very bad position for a lefty from that end, particularly Martina plays with glasses. Very glare, but this young lady's ready. 3 break points.
For a second break here in the second set.
Shadows, you can see the shadows. They are very troublesome this time of the afternoon.
Well, Martina Navratilova is in a lot of trouble. 2 breaks to serve for Sabatini, 3 games to love, and she won the first 6-3. We'll be back. Steffi Graf and Navratilova or Sabatini at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Join us for that one, please. That'll be live Sunday afternoon. 3 love for Sabatini serving. She has 1 set in hand.
Martina says, I'm just trying to keep the ball in play. It's very simple. Just put it in the box. Keep it in court. Sabatini very confident now. Osvaldo there, he's even that confident at the moment he hasn't got a cigarette in his mouth.
That's a great shot.
Sabatini closed pretty well. As a matter of fact, a little too well. Martina found the lob over her head.
That's her first double. Interesting that, you know, just when you think she's totally on a roll, she comes up with a double. 30-all chance for Martina.
longest rally. There's Osvaldo. He's just lit up the cigarette there. It doesn't take him long, does it?
Remember, Fred, last year, Fred, in the unbelievable Sabatini-Graf semifinal that went so long and finally won by his kid, he had run out of a couple of packs of cigarettes. He had to bum them from the guy next to him. He said to him, "Look, are you her father?" And the guy, and Mr. 17 said yes. He said, "Well, you need these more than I do."
I wish he wouldn't.
Well, Martina trying to change the pace of this match at the moment. She's down 2 breaks in the second set. The strategy now is to try and keep the ball in play for a few points and see if that works.
Another error from Navratilova. That's her 22nd, and she's only had 9 winners. Compare that with the Sabatini numbers. She's had 20 winners, Gabriela, and only 13 unforced errors. It's not often that a player can have more winners than errors on clay, but that is how cleanly Sabatini is playing this match.
The reason also those balls are flying off the Navratilova racket is the excessive topspin from Sabatini, and then Martina's trying to add topspin to that, which is not a natural shot.
4 games to love. And you're right, Mary. It's amazing that one can generate more winners than errors on clay, because this surface is not easy to hit winners on. By definition, it's a lot slower surface. First set to Sabatini, 6 games to 3 now. She's ahead with 2 serve breaks in the second set. Capital Sports, Bob Eriks, the promoters, and he's the chairman of the tournament, done an outstanding job here on Amelia Island, which is moments away from Jacksonville. You fly into Jacksonville, and heck, about 25 minutes later, you're right here on this beautiful island. Which takes Fred just a little longer than that.
I don't like to get speeding tickets.
That backhand is just something to watch, isn't it? She gets it, and then look at this cross-court forehand. That's the shot that somebody who is just in great form and very confident can hit.
Also, one of the difficult things for Martina that she's facing today when she comes to the net is that heavy topspin. Normally, with a rivalry over the years, she's played against Chris Evert, and Chris's passing shots don't have that heavy topspin, so they come through a little higher, so she's making waist-high volleys. The topspin shots of Sabatini are catching around the shoelaces all the time.
Yeah, it's frustrating for Martina. Yes, she's made unforced errors, but a couple of points here and there in this match could have had a very different complexion. She's on the heel.
Sabatini, sorry.
I don't know that I feel that way, Cliff. I don't think a couple of points is the story of this day. I think Sabatini has just been more solid in every single department. I know Martina, she started off, well, she walked onto the court so bold looking, you know, kind of jaunty even, as she took that first game and stuff, and boy, from there, after Sabatini settled her nerves, she just took it away.
Again, that's that heavy topspin, and I don't know about you, Mary, but I just think Martina's tactics at the moment, staying back. I know she's tried pretty much everything. That's just prolonging the agony,
Right.
prolonging the inevitable, because eventually one of those balls is going to fly off that topspin.
You're right, and you know what I also think, Fred, is that the errors Martina makes, most of the errors aren't come when she's forcing, it's when she is staying back. Sure, oh, too bad she needed that call. Sure, she's made errors when she's trying to force the issue, but those are the kind that you can make. But if she's making errors because she's not attacking, well, those are much worse errors.
Break point.
See, an error from the baseline where she is now. That's a bigger error to me than when she misses a volley.
That's why, Mary, getting back to what I said in the first set. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, and I think what's happened with Martina is she figures, oh, God, look at all these errors I've made. I better try to play more conservatively and not make so many errors. But that's the error right there. She's got to keep going for her shot. She'll make the errors if she does stay back. I think, at least that's what I think.
This is deuce. And now game point for Martina. See, I'm going to get back to 4 or 5 points ago. And I said that I thought, if you give me 2 points, I can change the first set around and give it to Martina. You do that for me, and then you find a whole different complexion, because what's happened is she's lost confidence now, and Sabatini, of course, has got hers. So this match could have been ifs, ands, and buts for candy and nuts, as Fred would say. We'd all have a Merry Christmas, but...
Which 2 points do you want us to give you?
Well, I can go back and tell you exactly, Fred. It is 4 games to love in the second set for Gabriela, and it's a one-way street now. This is deuce.
It's her 4th double fault. Martina said after yesterday's quarterfinal that her toss is all over the sky. And boy, that one was all over the place as well.
Break point again.
Saved a point here by doing what she needs to do, serving and volleying. Granted, Sabatini's returning great, but that shouldn't stop Martina. Look at that, another nice big serve. Her first ace of Saturday.
The crowd are right behind her. They wanted to get into this match.
Game point. Open score here in the second set, but she's still down 4 games to 1 and 1 set to love.
Well, this game took a while, 2 break points before finally, and not terribly easily, Navratilova was able to take that game and get on the scoreboard in the second set. I tell you, it wasn't easy, but she did it.
Good reaction, though. In her mind, she's not out of this. 4-1 serving, Sabatini.
You can never count somebody out that's won as many titles as Martina has, but she's lost a bit of confidence today, and she needs to win this game, otherwise it's history. If she does win this game, she's back in the running. Mark those 2 break points down that she was in that last service game. Could have been down 5-zip here. They possibly could get her back into it. Strange choice of shot there. And there's Martina's coach looking on. Craig Carden, and this could get her back in, but at love 30, that was a strange shot for Sabatini to play, that real heavy topspin short cross court.
Tremendous return and serve. Martina had to come up and just sustain that point.
4 games to 2 now, so things have changed a little bit. You guys beat me to death so badly when I suggested that things might have been different in the first set that I'm not going to say anything at this point, but because I don't think she can come back. But
if she wins this game, she's in with a shot. Because then Sabatini's going to think, well, it's only 1 service break now. I'm 4-3. I've got to do something.
I mean, I was just going to say, just looking at Gabriela, you can tell that Sabatini wants it to change right here. She wants to halt the momentum of Martina. Have another look. She was so ready for that ball.
you see how far out front she hits it.
She's right into this game. I think Martina will have a tough time holding serve this game.
If you have a look at Sabatini, she's got that backhand grip ready, Mary, for that serve, and that last one, she had the backhand grip ready and couldn't quite make the change. That's why she mishit the forehand return, because it was a good first serve from Navratilova to the forehand side. Here's the backhand grip.
He wants another ball for some reason. Second serve.
Sabatini had this exact same look. Remember 2 weeks ago when we did the final of the Lipton Players International? Sabatini against Chris Everett. She dropped that second set, and boy, she came back and had this exact look in her eye the first couple of games of that third set. And broke Chris's back right there and took off with the third set and the title. That's how she looks right here.
15-30.
Look where she goes for this second serve.
Ooh. There wasn't a call, actually, was there, Fred, on that?
That was not a call, no.
Fifth double fault. But Martina knew it was long.
That was way long.
This is 2 break points. You called it, man. She's in trouble right here.
Broken string. Didn't matter.
Well, broken string and all. Gabriela Sabatini will serve for the match when we come back.
I suppose you were expecting someone else.
Some lawns have all the fun. Kubota.
Gabriela Sabatini will serve for the match to get into the final to play against Steffi Graf as Osvaldo watches.
Martina's biggest headache of the second set. She won 17% of the points on her second serve. She's more comfortable returning.
Really, that's what she's been doing that all week too. Opponents missed the first serve against her. She's been winning 80%, but not today.
Well, even today, she's not up at the 80 mark. She's only at about 58% on her own first serve.
15-30. What a well-played point from both. That second serve got up so high. Martina did well just to get it back.
Finished up being that dipping backhand again. That top spin got down way below the net. Martina didn't have a shot at the volley.
All. Bad bounce.
Right off the line.
She went into this match with a game plan And in this second set, she has left the game plan in Fred Stoller's closet. But this is match point. Gabriela Sabatini over Martina Navratilova, the number 2 player in the world. Sabatini is the number 3 player in the world and apparently climbing. And in the final later today at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, live here on ESPN, you can watch the final between Sabatini and Steffi Graf of West Germany for the Bosch and Lohm Championship. Right.
What an overhead. There's the short ball off the serve, and she rips this forehand, but look how she has to backpedal to get this overhead over the left shoulder, and she is about 2 steps away from sitting there for the net cords.